let's see, 2003, we began the process of going towards a thing called HuberStar, which was a program that was created by Huber to mirror the VPP process. And what we, as we were going through this process, I looked at our sector guy and I told him, I said, why not just get the flag? You know, why not do VPP? And we ended up talking with everybody in the organization, and everybody decided that that's the way to go. And that kicked our path forward into going VPP. We were at a place in our history. We had been here for, let's see, we'd been operating for about 7 years, and we had gotten to a stagnant place, and we needed that next step to really drive the safety program. When we began the process back in 2003, we were probably averaging, if I remember correctly, we were averaging 6 injuries a year, recordable injuries a year. And in that first little stretch, we made it, we were the first group to go a year without an injury. And then we made it 750 days without an injury. And then we had a couple. You know, we had 2 or 3. And currently, we're at 1,440 days injury-free, almost 4 years. We'll be 4 years here in just a few weeks. That's injury-free. You know, from that standpoint, you've definitely seen it. And of course, that drives down our cost for, you know, injuries, because injuries cost you money. You know, always have the medical attention, the loss in production, the, you know, having to fill in for those people. Yes, we have shown the cost reduction and the benefit. Overall, being we are a self-insured company, the insurance piece doesn't affect us a lot, because it, you know, when you look at a global company like we are, that with as many people as we have, it's kind of hard to see that needle move. Yes, we have a very extensive contractor screening process. It's actually through, we have another management system other than VPP, but it's called Minimum Mandatory Standards and Requirements that we have here. And we manage our contractors through that. It is an extensive screening process that includes their training. It includes, of course, incident rates, EMR rates, all the way through that. And you know, one of the questions: have you been cited by OSHA? Have you been cited by EPA? You know, if you get a check in that box, you don't get to come here. You don't meet the EMR, which we expect your EMR to be less than 1. If you don't meet that, you're not allowed to work here. If your incident rate is not lower than national average, the BLS national average, you don't get to work here. You know, and then from moving from there into actual projects, you know, the screening process just gets you on the list to be able to work here. And then when we come to a major project or a project and you come here to work, then we go through a risk assessment process, a method statement, which with the method statement, you line out every task to complete this project. Then you do a risk assessment on it to determine the risk, and then you figure out the mitigators that you need to put in place to lower that risk. If it's above acceptable, which on our scale is anything above a 0, is unacceptable, because we have a negative side on our scale. It goes from -6 to a +4. So it's, you know, anything above a 0, you have to put mitigators in place to reduce the risk.
Okay.
Easy. It was easy. It, you know, when we started on the path, Milford is actually just taking on the role as VPP coordinator.
Yeah, I was gonna write that same.
And I got to know some really great guys. Larry Schaefer. I think I thought a lot of Larry. He's passed away now.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
But Larry was the biggest proponent of VPP that you've ever met. And I got to spend a lot of time with Larry. He was one of my mentors, and we worked through it. But now, at no time did I ever hesitate about working with a regulatory agency. They're only going to make us better, and that's the way I always looked at it. Yeah, talking about SG, we became VPP in 2006. I became an SGE in 2007, the very next year. Went through the training course down in Virginia Beach. Milford actually taught the course, and it was a really good course. It was a big group of us.